while Kyiv is preparing for a long war. The capitals like Paris are trying to move from donations to contract and cooperate with the private sector. Genya Savalov, AFP. Through Paris, French and German defense companies are building local shops for weapons care in Ukraine, the first step towards producing weapons in the country. This week, Germany's Federal Cartel Office gave green light for proposed joint venture between Rheinmetall, German weapon manufacturer, and the Ukrainian defense industry. State Defense Group. France's Armed Forces Minister Sébastien Lecornu went to Kiev with about 20 French defense contractors, including Thales, MBDA, Nexter and Arquus, to facilitate partnerships with Ukrainian authorities. On Friday, 165 defense companies from 26 countries, the capital of Ukraine, hosted the Defense Industries Forum, a weapon fair. At event, Ukrainian officials met with defense companies directly sign contracts before passing through Western governments to discover common production opportunities and provide special inputs about needs of Russian President Vladimir Putin in fight against full-scale invasion. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said at the beginning of this week, the weapon fair, especially in Europe, has reached the limit of what they can give to Ukraine from their own shares. The leader implies not to support Kiev if he won a second period, as Kiev is preparing for a long war. Capitals like Paris are trying to cooperate with donations to the contract and the private sector. French pivot. Last week, French authorities began withdraw a new message: France can no longer continue give weapons Ukraine, and instead Ukrainian officials will attach the country's defense industry. According to a government report, France delivered €640.5 million to Ukraine, including 704 missile launchers, anti-portable tank rocket launcher, 562 12.7 mm machine gun, 118 missiles and missiles, 60 armored Marshal vehicles. Lecornu, French TV on Sunday, said, "We cannot continue to get resources from armed forces indefinitely. Otherwise we will harm our own defense skills and the level of education of unions," he said, during the military training exercise in the Kiev region. Ukrainian soldiers ride AT-64 tank. Genya Savalov, AFP. Through 2 days later, in a statement to the deputies, Ukrainian officials and French companies to create bridges between French companies' ammunition and maintenance for a more contract will create long-term strength, he said. According Le Figaro, French company Arquus signed letter of intention on Thursday ensure maintenance of armored personnel carriers on ground and was able establish production facility in future. He said he was looking for local partner create joint venture. According to Le Croix, the French startup Vistery will build 2 3D printing factories to make spare parts. Germany, Sweden and England. France's shift comes to heels of similar plans with the British weapon manufacturer BAE Systems and Swedish